insane that there's 68 million products available, and you mean to tell me you can't find one? You can find one. Hello guys, my name is Karina. Welcome to my Amazon FBA channel. So today we're doing another product research video, and actually I feel like I should start calling them a market research video, because what's more important than finding a good product is finding a good market that the product belongs in. Because if you find just one product that is selling well, that doesn't necessarily mean if you launch that product that it's going to be selling well in the entire market. And that's why I want to do a lot of product research videos, because I feel like the best way to learn is obviously A, doing it yourself, and then B, just knowing what you're doing when you're doing that. And first, before you actually do it yourself, or as you're doing it yourself, you have to actually watch someone do it and know that what you're doing is the right way to do it. So that is why we're here today, because I love doing screen shares, because I think that's just awesome, like talking through why I skipped over a product or why I chose to take the product and kind of research it more and take it to the next level. I feel like that's really beneficial for you guys, and that's why I want to do more of those types of videos. If you guys agree, like this video and send me a comment down below at any point throughout this video, really, if you have any questions and things like that, and subscribe to my channel for videos like this and other ones regarding Amazon. So I'm going to go onto my computer now, right here, and really show you guys exactly how I do product research and share my screen with you to show you my way. So see you in a second. All right, guys, let's get into this. So the best way for starters to kind of get a hang of product research is to use the Jungle Scout product database. Viral Launch also has one as well. So this just basically allows you to pick products within certain parameters that you send, certain categories, certain filters, such as the price it's selling for, the revenues, and the reviews, which is super important, because obviously we don't want something with crazy reviews, and we don't want something that's not selling, right? And we don't want something that's selling for too cheap of a price. So this software is amazing because it actually lets you filter out products based on that. So I'm going to actually pick a few categories. There is a lot more that you can do in this, but I just don't like to pick all of them, just because then it really overwhelms the search, and you can have something like 68 million, which I think that's what's available right now in Amazon. And if that's the case, then that is insane that there's 68 million products available, and you mean to tell me you can't find one? You can find one. You can find 100. You can find 1,000 that you can sell, guys. So yeah, let me just pick a few. I'm not going to go too crazy. Maybe just these three, just a good thing to start with. I just really like to alternate. I know some people like to check all of them. Maybe I'll check appliances too. Although just this is going to be fine. I just don't want to go too crazy, but I just always change them up every time I do it. Minimum price, let's set it for $18.24. Max price, we'll go up to $27.92. Minimum revenue, I like to go for anything above 5,000. If it's around 5,000, that's totally like good in my eyes, just because I'm assuming that at least half of that is profit, or even less than that, and that's already a good healthy $2 extra grand a month. If it's really small and making me like $500 a month, that's not really that exciting to start with. So I'm just gonna put in like some random numbers, and then max revenue, we'll go for like lower one. We'll go for 11,000, and then for reviews, I'll do 384, and then we'll search, and I think that probably not too many products are going to show up, which is good, because we don't want this video to be like 5 hours long. And then we have 14,000, which is actually a pretty good number. These are plates. I've already seen them before. Basically, I just started scrolling and looking at what the heck is that? Is that a puppet set? I'll look into that. I just started looking at products that I think would be private labeled. So a lot of them can be private labeled, like whatever this is, allergen shampoo, right? Like it's probably a long-term brand, but other things could totally be private labeled, and that's easy to see just based on photographs and reusable paper plates. Like this is interesting. It's not just paper plates, but they're reusable, right? So things like that catch my attention. Things that can be easily customizable. And honestly, like I really enjoyed this product research. And after a while, you're going to see a lot of reoccurring products And things like that, like decomposable or compositable forks, right? It's not just your normal fork. It's just something that's very niche, something for like environmentally friendly people, and that's kind of the items you're looking for. And after a while, you really get the hang of it. You really start to see products that pop up. You can easily scroll through ones that you've already researched and looked into. And it just honestly gets easier with time, but you just have to have the right mentality and kind of be aware of what you're doing and why you're researching a certain product, right? Like this looks like it could be private labeled, obviously just a bunch of colorful knives, but again, I've seen this at like Target and Walmart so many times, and knives are a little dangerous. You don't want to be selling too many dangerous things, just in case you get sued. No one wants that. And a lot of products, like this looks like it's a set, right? So if a set is already indicative of someone putting it together. This is a Christmas party, so we're avoiding seasonal items, and obviously Christmas isn't for another year. So you would be waiting a very long time to get in return back on the money you put in. So yeah. This is giving me a lot of like kitchen things, which makes sense because I selected home and kitchen and baby. But yeah, you can just mess around with the categories and just continue scrolling and see what the deal is here. That's interesting. Pet stamps. See, like making 10K a month pet stamps. I don't know if you can make your own stamps, but you find out a lot of interesting things by doing this. Like if you could make something, like I literally found puzzle calendar like this, so interesting. I found, it's so funny, if you watch my other video, someone was selling tax forms and they were making like 6 figures a month selling tax forms, but that's super seasonal, and it needs a bunch of approval, and there's like sellers dominating the market. So I thought that was just funny that you literally, like, can you imagine how cheap it is to make tax forms? Sandwich cutter, like this is great. This, I feel like this might be a good one. Okay. So let me just find a few more. Let me just scroll to the bottom of this. But what I do is I open a bunch of tabs and I just scroll. Balloons. This is very easy to like hijack too. I've looked into balloons before, so I'm not interested. I already studied that market quite well and I wasn't too intrigued by it. So like a lot of things do pop up over and over and over again, and it's quite interesting. Like, okay, pillow, memory foam. I think we have a good amount of screens open. Let me just see if this page has anything exciting that stands out. But I'm not kidding you guys, like it's not that hard to find products. You just have to get used to it. And this is only one research way. Like there's so many other ways to do product research, and I will, of course, do videos on that, but this is one of the most basic ones that I feel like you have to know, just because it kind of gives you the basis of where products come from and like how people find them. It's like a really good general skill to know. And this also familiarizes you with a lot of products that are on Amazon as well, because the other research ways that product is done, they're really, really helpful and great and unique, and there's a less likelihood that people will find the same product as you, because everyone is obviously using jungle scat, even though they're putting in different things. But with the other ones, you just can't see as many products in such a short amount of time. So this is a good starting point because it kind of gives you like a general overview of what's going on, you know? And also, let me just tell you that most people that are researching this, 98% of them literally won't do anything, and they won't even like look into a market, or they find a product, but that's as much as it goes. They won't do anything. So that in your case, you know, that means that if you actually take this seriously and go for it, you will be the person that launches the product and does a good job with it, right? So there you go. I think that's enough. I think we need to stop because I have way too many windows open. So this is what I do. I open windows and then I pretty much analyze every single one of these and see what the deal is. This is a little freaky, not gonna lie. I think this is probably oh, okay, I see. Wow. This is very, very interesting. I wonder if like finger puppet set is the thing. Finger puppet set. Oops. I feel like there's different types. So like a market like this, you could really get creative, but then you have to find out what people like, right? Because if someone likes animals and another person likes human puppets, it's just two different markets, even though they're all in the puppet range. But that's kind of like markets like these are a little bit tricky where you have to get more creative. And let's see. It's not that stable. I wouldn't go into this. Like, see, most people, like, some are doing well. I like to look at the monthly revenue, the price, and then the review quality. So just the market itself isn't very stable. Like, there's people that are doing well, but then the rest just aren't. Like, $200 under $4,000. It's just, I want to see all these numbers be over 5K, or most of them, you know. So I'm not interested in that one. This one is reusable plastic paper plate holders. That's really unique. I haven't seen something like that before. So I would probably do paper plate holder. I mean, let's do plastic. That's kind of ironic. Plastic paper plate holders. How about just plastic plate holders? That's probably a more general keyword. So you want to type in the general keyword, plastic plate holders, and see what comes up for the market. And yeah, so this person's actually quite smart because they're the only one that made theirs colorful, which is actually like a great idea and really stands out. Like, this is a great idea of differentiating yourself because he's the only one that literally stands out when you click on the page. If you find a market like that, then could be killer. And I've actually seen people do this a lot, and they literally like completely dominate the market because they just look captivating. Like, would you rather buy something that looks nice and is available in different colors, or just buy one thing that is like black and boring? You know, it's kind of cool how that works. So if you have an opportunity in that, then do it. The market is really, really bad here. Very low sales, so this isn't great. Let's keep looking. This is nice. Compositable forks. This is probably the main keyword. And again, like, you can totally build a brand around this. And see, they even have knives, and you can just buy forks, knives, spoons, and this is great to like cross promote because like, these are so cheap to manufacture for sure. And then you can just launch a fork and a spoon, and then boom, everyone's buying from you, especially nature friendly people. That's a great idea. And then let's see how the market's doing. And see, these are they're all like heavy duty forks, but this is like lame, boring packaging. And this person up there, the reason why they're probably selling well is because they actually made it like an eco-friendly package that looks really nice and presentable and more like premium end. So then that allows them to make their price higher, is if you give a perceived value, whether it's even as simple as customizing a package, which probably costs you 50 cents to do, but that allows you to raise your price by like a good $5 and sell it as a premium product. Let's see the market here. So this is pretty good. It's not amazing. It's still slightly inconsistent, but I do like the fact that like most of these people, like 3, 4, 5, 6 out of like, let's see, the first like 10, 6 out of 10 are selling well. So there is room. And then some people on the bottom page, but still, I feel like the market isn't too strong. The price is great though. You can, like, these people are really selling it for a good price. Like this guy, our guy selling it for $25. You definitely don't want to go below $10. And the reviews are extremely low. So actually, I would definitely take this product into the next level and see if this is actually something that you could sell by, checking out the competition, checking who really dominates the market right now and what they're doing, and if you could really take a space up in that. But this is actually something I would look into. So we'll leave that up here. And see, this is already like less than 10 minutes into it, and we found a potential product. And when you do this often enough, like it will become second nature, right? Like you will be able to do this in like an hour. You'll find potential products, and then next hour you just take them to the next level and really research them and study them. What is this? Matte double-sided color. Oh, these are just standard. Can you imagine? So this is way too many variations. I don't like this already. Too many sizes, variations. It would be hard to compete with this person if this is how the market's like. But when you're first starting out, like, I don't recommend variations, at least not that many, because you would have to hold a lot of inventory, and that is just way too much upfront investment. So we're going to close that. This is pet stamps. Okay, I'm not sure legality of this and how you would go about getting stamps. I mean, I guess you would probably have to pay for each stamp because it's like a currency, I guess. One sheet of 20 stamps. So I don't know how much a stamp costs, but let's do like pet stamps. Like that would probably be the pet stamps. You'd have to buy them in bulk, but I feel like they won't discount you for stamps. You're just paying like for the extra. It's almost like you can't buy a $20 bill, you know what I mean? I feel like you have to pay the full price of each stamp, and then the up pricing will go into the fact that you're making it unique and pets and putting it out there, you know what I mean? So this is, yeah, you really find, oh, the market is terrible for this. Terrible. Like, this isn't even, do you guys even see this? No. This is a no. Okay. Horrible market. Like, one seller is buying this. This is a 3D puzzle calendar. So let's just do 3D calendar and see what comes up. Usually calendars aren't really great to get into because, see, people are searching for 2019. Because it's 2019, but calendars is just like so commodity and you can buy it literally at any like Walmart and Target and everywhere. So just, it's people, like it's really hard to compete with those big brands that have been around. I actually have a calendar, like some right here, right? Just got from like Target, Blue Sky, so it's hard to compete with those. And the monthly revenue for specific puzzle calendars is also very, very low. So definitely not interested because they get like 2 sales. This is very interesting. Sandwich cutter set for kids of all ages. So cutter set for kids would actually be a good thing to look up to because when you put in your main keyword, you don't want to make it like super long. You don't want it to have even like 4 words, is a little much. Like it just depends on what it is. But if you have too many words, then it's like it could, like the keyword should be like 2 words, you know? Otherwise it's really hard to find out if this is your actual keyword. So but this seems kind of right. So let's see how well this is doing, and you can get so creative in this. And not very strong market actually. There's a few people that has 5 stars, and this is not always right. The product idea score, it's a good reference because they give you like analysis right here, like tips and warnings. So erratic sales, high review rating. It's hard to get a bad review for something like this, but like even though it says it's a good product idea, if you look at the monthly revenue, only a few people are really, really doing well. Like this person, there's like 3-4 people, maybe like 2 are taking the majority of the market, and everyone else is just kind of like straggling along. So I just don't like that fact. It just tells me that, I mean, the reviews are great actually, and the price is really good, but the market is just not that strong. And there's, like I said, too many people, like two people that are taking, or 3 people that are taking the majority of the market share. If you can find a way to like squeeze yourself into these people that are like around 6K or 8K, but then again, like you just have a higher probability of not being successful just because you can see that people are only buying from specific amount of sellers. And just for like a first time thing, for minimizing risk and really doing your research, I do prefer this to be more stable. So I'm not quite interested in this product just because I know there's other ones that can be better than that. This is not that exciting either. You can get this at an airport. So how about just memory foam pillow? I feel like this won't be good. Memory foam pillow. It's just too many of these. Wait, and oh my god, 15,000 reviews. So this is just too common. I'm not even interested in looking into it, to be honest. Just memory foam pillows are like everywhere. This one is a instant pot. So I'm guessing, is this for like pho or for what is that? Mahi mahi. Yeah. Mahi mahi's good. You know those instant pots that you go. So this person is a total bundle. I looked at these egg molds to sell a long time ago. They were going viral, but they were doing not that well on Amazon. But this is clearly this is private labeled. I wonder what the main word would be there. Steamer cookware set. Perhaps this would be it. So they got really, really creative, and that's probably why they're doing so well. Their listing is quite pretty too. So if the market is good for this, and it's possible that they're ranking for other things that, like for example, accessories or cooking accessories. That's why you have to be careful of keywords, like where are their main sales coming from? Are they coming from cookware set or are they coming from other words? Clearly this is different. This is legit like cooking ware, so this is not the main thing that they're rank, like this is not, you won't find it. So I'm thinking they might be super unique. And sometimes people do these crazy bundles where they are just look crazy and like really unique. But one way, guys, this is a great trick. If you are uncertain, like in this case, like what would the keyword be, right? All you do is, so copy the ASIN right here, go back to Jungle Scout, and then go to the keywords, keyword scout right here. And you can type in the ASIN and it will tell you which words it's ranking for and where the most of the sales are coming from. So then you'll know the main keyword. And this one doesn't have it. Okay, so in certain cases there's not enough data, but this is actually one of the few, this is the first time this happened to me actually, so usually it pulls something. But if this was the case, yeah, you could pull something. For right now, I'm just going to close out of this because this is just going to require a lot more digging, and that will kind of inhibit us from finishing the rest of this. But I want, this would be like something in phase 2 where I really deeply analyze the product, and if I was really that interested in it, I would probably try to dig out the keywords and see what the deal was and try all of these and see if I could find a market that's like this. But this looks quite unique, like the person really went out of their way, and I mean they did a good job because they're selling well, but for the purposes of this video we're just going to keep going. So this is a paper organizer basket, and see, like I've looked into like the teacher school supplies niche, and a lot of the products sell not because of what exactly it is, but because teachers literally would type in teacher school supplies. Like there's a lot of searches for this key term. So knowing your keyword is really important, because if this is selling well and you type in paper organizer basket and you think the sales are coming from this word, but in fact they could actually be coming from teacher school supplies, and that's where most of the sales are. So that is a little like red flag you should watch out for, but that comes in when you do your product research a little bit deeper and really analyze it. But see, right now there's a lot of these baskets, so and they're all different, right? So if you're launching this, the sales of this product can indicate a completely different thing than the sales of this product, because they're very different. These are plastic colorfuls that are probably teachers and classroom people are buying this. This is more for office, so it's like maybe corporate, and it's a completely different structure, right? So you wouldn't want to compare yourself to this seller if you're selling something this colorful. And that's another thing that you guys should note. Depending on what market you get into, you can't compare, like it's almost like comparing apples to oranges. You have to compare yourself to your like direct competition, and even like your indirect competition, which is a product similar to you, not exactly the same, but that's something to keep in mind. And the sales for this aren't very good, so people aren't buying this. Again, like I'm just concerned with the monthly revenue at first, and it's just low. So let's click that out. This one is a projector screen, 60-inch projector screen, portable outdoor. So let's do portable projector screen. Wonder if this has like portable projector screen. I wonder if this has any like special limitations, or this looks like it would be maybe slightly more expensive to ship because it's a little bit large. 60 inches. That's quite large. So the fulfillment fees might be a little bit higher for that, but if you can profit off of it. And these random thoughts like shipping and things, like they're gonna come to you guys too. The more product research you do, it's just kind of like second nature after a while. You just start to make more sense. And see, just as like, it's funny how like the thoughts you make when you look at the numbers, they align. Because I know that 60 inches is quite wide, and that exceeds Amazon's like parameters they set for shipping, so they're going to charge higher for that. So the only way for these people to be profitable is to set a high price. As you can see, like these rank really high prices, but the market is like quite good. Everyone is selling really well, except for some of these people. I don't know what the deal is here, but so the market is, the sales are good, the price is good, even the reviews are pretty good, right? Like, look, there's some in the double digits over here, some in the triple digits, no 4-digit ones. So this is something I would look into further if you have more capital to invest into. Let's see what viral launch tells us. So sales are erratic and appears to be seasonal. So yes, finding out if it's seasonal would be the next thing you do. But as far as numbers go, which is what this video is about right now, they look pretty good. Like, I would analyze this further if I wanted to do a more expensive product. You know, you don't always have to do super expensive products and invest all this type of capital, because one unit might be something like $20. And it's not necessarily the cost of the product itself. The product might be really cheap to make, like $5, but it's the shipping, right? Like shipping from China to here, and then the Amazon fees that are going to kill you, because it's so wide that for them to fulfill it, they just charge based on size and weight. So that could be the limiting factor, is like the size. But you could definitely look into this. I wouldn't recommend this, especially when you're first starting out, just because it's kind of like a lot of money, and I didn't really study it fully, so I didn't know all the other things that go into it. And then our last thing is this, which is a really interesting looking thing. 7-blade vegetable slicer. I wonder if this is patented. When I see weird things like that, the first thing that goes into my head, like, are you patented? But at the same time, it might be. It might be, but let's look at it. Spiralizer. So the first thing I do, I would Google this because I'm curious. Like, I really think it's patented. And if this has its own like website, which it doesn't actually, so it might not be. Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because when something is so unique like this, the first thing that comes into my head is that it's like QVC and as seen on TV and patented. But I'm just gonna look up Spiralizer, and there are a lot of people selling it. One of them is Spiralizer, and oh my gosh, it has 10,000 reviews. Clearly this product is well known that I know nothing about. Have you guys ever even seen this? Okay, well, the reviews for this are clearly not anything we could ever compete with. 4,000, 10,000. So, and apparently a Spiralizer is a very, very popular product. And another concerning thing to me, guys, when I look for something for products and it has this right here, like all these sponsored ads, like, forget sponsored ads like these ones, like usually the ones that are like pay-per-click, and you see this one's sponsored, those are like on every listing. But when people go out of their way to like advertise on here and then even here, like, this is crazy. This is like legit such a competitive market. I wouldn't even set eye in this market, because it's just crazy. But that kind of scares me when I see all those ads everywhere. I'm just curious how much it's selling. And it is insane. Look, you can already see like everyone is pretty much doing 6 figures a month in sales of this product. So 6 to 5 figures, crazy, literally everyone. So if you were one of the first people to get into this when the reviews were low, I'm sure that you are doing very well for yourself. At this guy almost doing $1 million a month in sales in something so simple that's not even electrically powered. I feel like this is like, it's a hand woven thing. Wow. All right, so that's a no. So all in all, like, even with the duration of this video, which wasn't that long, we found potential products right here, these two guys, right, that you could look into deeper. And with the more hours you do this, like, the more easier it gets, and you will find products. But the important thing is that you know what you're looking for. You're not just clicking out or clicking into products and hoping that it's right. You just have to kind of do enough research and watch enough of these types of videos to kind of be informed of what criteria, like what's the baseline, right? So I hope that this is super helpful to you guys. And yeah, like I said, if you want to subscribe and continue watching my videos, and if you have any questions, like, comment down below, send me a message on Instagram, all of the above. And yeah, I hope that this was helpful, and I will see you guys all in my next video.